are waiting for lawmakers to reach an agreement before temporary fixes turn into long-term consequences. In State College, I'm Gigi Jones for the Center County Report.
State employees are typically expected to report to work during the budget standoff and will be paid.
Penn State Students for Justice in Palestine are hosting events this week to honor 2 years of the Gaza War. The Hub lawn display honors the lives lost over the years to what the organization described as war crimes and violence against Palestinians. Today at 5:30 p.m., the organization is hosting a protest at the Allen Street gates.
Fire has destroyed a historic Penns Valley Inn that dates back to the early 1800s. The Woodward Inn on Mountain Avenue caught fire on Sunday, and more than a dozen fire companies responded. The building is on the National Register of Historic Places.
Penn State has released its annual Fire and Safety Report detailing crime and safety trends across campus. This year's numbers shows increases in several categories, including sexual assaults, car thefts, and alcohol-related arrests. According to Penn State's 2025 Fire and Safety Report, reports of rape on the University Park campus rose by 19% compared to last year. The report also highlights increases in car thefts, stalking, and dating violence, raising concerns about student safety. For many students, the numbers are alarming, but for those working in residence halls, they're also a call to action.
I understand the concerns that are rising with this, increase in issues regarding all of these problems, but I would also state that we are doing everything that we can to prevent these misconducts. We are doing everything that we can to report it.
And experts reinforce that point. They say rising sexual assault stats don't necessarily mean more incidents are happening. They say it could be a sign that more victims are comfortable coming forward.
So what I like to do is really encourage folks to reach out and ask for help, get some information, and then that way you can make an informed decision about what next steps may look like for you.
Center Safe partners with Penn State to provide confidential support, counseling, and education to students affected by sexual or dating violence.
Try really, really hard, again, to be that safety net to catch folks when they fall from that tightrope of trauma.
Penn State continues to expand safety initiatives from the Safe Walk program to expanded blue light emergency phone coverage. Back in the residence halls, RAs say those conversations about safety and awareness are becoming more open.
I would encourage people to speak up because no problem could be solved if it's not shared.
The full report is available on Penn State's website. Among the crime categories that dropped year to year, disorderly conduct and drug arrests.
Rockview Prison near Bellefonte is shutting down by next year, and with that move comes big questions about the future of the property. Hannah George reports.
The land spans forests, farmland, and buildings that have been state-owned for decades. Now, some lawmakers and the community want answers on what comes next.
The prior 5 land deals just at Rockview had no public scrutiny whatsoever, which was very disappointing to all of the, I believe, citizens of Pennsylvania, but definitely the citizens of Center County.
A bipartisan group of state legislators has introduced a bill that would require open bidding and public disclosure of any sale tied to Rockview or the Quahana Boot Camp. They say it's about protecting taxpayers and keeping deals out in the open.
As the closing process continues, one of the biggest questions is what will be done with the Rockview property. Now, that land is something that even Penn State has shown some interest in.
The community needs to be involved, and there needs to be sunlight. And there needs to be openness and transparency. And the problem is, in the previous 5 deals, there wasn't any of that. If it takes legislation to accomplish that, then it's going to take legislation to accomplish that.
Parts of the property may remain under state control, especially near the neighboring SCI Benner, but other parcels could be sold or repurposed for public, educational, or even conservation use. Local leaders say whatever happens, the process should reflect the community's values, not just the highest bid.
This land is quite valuable and could be used for a broad variety of purposes, many of which potentially could benefit the community.
The state's Department of Corrections says it will transfer control of the land to the Department of General Services once the facility closes next year. From there, the decision and the debate continues. In Bellefonte, I'm Hannah George for the Center County Report.
State officials say the Department of General Services will ultimately decide what happens to the Rockview property once it's transferred next year. For now, lawmakers say they're focused on making sure that the process is transparent.
Authorities are urging people to use extra safety in and around caves after 2 young men had to be rescued in Pleasant Gap last week. Patrick Gray has more.
Thank you, Ava. What started as a fun adventure for 2 young men quickly turned into a rescue mission for 8 first response units.
Through fields, a quarry closed for 20 years, and more trespassing signs than you can count is where you'll find the J4 Cave. This unassuming hole in the limestone wall is where 2 young men had to be rescued recently. While it wasn't life or death, Pleasant Gap Fire Company's chief says it required a lot of manpower.
So we had probably roughly around 50 plus personnel on scene.
Chief Silvis says this isn't the first time people have needed a rescue team to be helped out of the J4 Cave. He says it's dangerous and illegal.
The fire company's had multiple calls there as far as going in to help assist people getting out that have gotten hurt, and anybody that is caught back in there, they will be charged for trespassing.
In this clearing right behind me is where first responders reported to help safely guide the 2 young boys out of the cave through a pipe that is just about 2 feet wide. We talked to a cave rescue specialist to help guide us through the steps that professionals use.
Olivia McKenzie leads the Nittany Grotto Club, which specializes in cave rescue. She showed us on her property filled with caves to practice in how they are trained.
And then there's just a pit. You do a hasty search of the entrance. You go in maybe 30 minutes, see if they're on their way out of the cave and just got delayed somehow.
Olivia stressed just how important cave safety is.
We also never go caving alone. We like to have at least 3 people so that if somebody does have a problem, 2 people can stay together in the cave and then 1 person can leave and go get help.
Olivia McKenzie recommends if you'd like to learn more about caving and the community behind it to contact the local Nittany Grotto Club or Penn State Caving Club. I'm Patrick Gray, back to you.
A new restaurant and entertainment spot opens in State College. Find out where.
And we checked the 7-day weather forecast. Also, we'll take a look at some of the effects from the recent drought in our area and the state.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Keep going, keep going.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
A new restaurant and entertainment hub has opened in State College. Happy Valley Live, from the owner of the We Are Inn, had a soft opening last week. 3 floors in the building will provide 3 different scenes, with the top floor operating as a casual dining with a bar, the middle is more of an upscale restaurant, and the basement will serve as an event center. All floors will include live music and entertainment, and the bottom floor even features a mechanical bull.
The holiday season is fast approaching, but Central PA's drought could impact everything from Halloween to Christmas. Reporter Catherine Schreiner is live with the story. Catherine?
Thanks, Ava. We are here at the Arboretum as they are preparing for their Fall Fest, which will be so fun. Here in State College, as well as all over Pennsylvania, we've been feeling the impacts of this warm autumn as well as the drought. But local farms are feeling it in a different way. JB Tree Farm offers a lot of fall fun, including pumpkin picking and Christmas tree and wreath sales. But the drought and warm autumn that's been impacting Pennsylvania is affecting the farm too.
We did have a pretty serious drought. We got 1 or 2 different rains, I think, in the last 2 weeks, which were a blessing.
Evelyn Bookhammer grew up at JB, watching her parents run the business and later taking over. She's seen it through every kind of weather.
Some years we've had to carry water from our home to here in a big tank, but it didn't get that bad this year.
This fall, Pennsylvania is going through a very warm and dry spell, which can impact pumpkins. Warmer temperatures can cause them to rot faster. The shelf life for these festive gourds is shorter, but dry temperatures have been helpful in cutting down on rot in the field. All these pumpkins behind me are likely to rot faster with this hot weather, but that's not the only effect that will happen here at JB Tree Farm. All of these Christmas trees will be feeling effects as well. Heat stress, stunted growth, needle loss, and browning are all possible with the harsh weather. Bookhammer says some trees have started needle browning.
Some of the varieties of trees, the Fraser is the hardest one for a dry season. So here and there in the fields, there's some little baby red trees, and it was medium sized, and I even saw one big one that had turned red. So they're the most susceptible to the drought.
While Fraser trees in particular seem to have issues, Bookhammer has not seen any issues with their Douglas firs and spruce trees. Now, to ensure that your Christmas trees and pumpkins stay in tip-top shape this season, make sure to keep them in a cool and dry environment. Now we're going to weather with Filippo.
And we finished out September with a little bit over 3 inches of precipitation, but that's still about an inch below average here in State College. And that has resulted in many of our warm days and cool nights just because of the lack of moisture that we've been seeing in central Pennsylvania. But good news is relief is on the way. We have a cold front that's going to be draping across the Commonwealth, and that will be bringing in some much needed rain. Right now, the Penn State Arboretum dry for now, but we do have some stratus clouds covering the skies ahead of that cold front. Overcast right now with a current temperature of 64 and a dew point of 61, so a bit muggy as you're stepping outside right now. Our winds for now are calm. The big news is our 24-hour temperature change. You can see a big gradient as we go off to the north and west. 14 degrees lower our temperature in Erie compared to this time yesterday, and that trend is going to continue to overspread the Commonwealth as this cold front pushes through. Our current radar and satellite showing those clouds here in State College, but we are going to see these rounds of showers and maybe even a few downpours start to move into central Pennsylvania and eventually the entire Commonwealth as we make it through the rest of the day today. And here is our system as its entirety. We have a cold front draping through Quebec down towards the Mississippi River Valley, and that's going to be the main driver of all of this precipitation moving through the region. There is a chance for a rumble of thunder today, but in terms of strong winds or large hail, there are no concerns there, but you may get woken up tonight by those rumbles of thunder. So let's time this all out. Our precipitation is going to get here in central Pennsylvania right around 3 o'clock today. And as you're going out this evening, be sure to pack that umbrella or that rain jacket. We're going to be seeing those showers and downpours making their way through the Commonwealth before our cold front moves through later on overnight tonight and into the very morning hours of Wednesday. And that is when we have the highest risk for those rumbles of thunder, those heavier downpours as we go throughout the day. On Wednesday, those will start to clear off to the east, and we'll see northwesterly flows starting to move into the Commonwealth. And for our precipitation, over an inch possible in southeast Pennsylvania, 2 inches possible closer to Pittsburgh, but here in State College, we're looking at about a ½ an inch to an inch. So for today, 70 degrees, those showers moving in this afternoon, a southerly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tonight, we're going to see our low temperature, 53 degrees, those showers and downpours moving in. Some may be heavy and that rumble of thunder is possible with a west-southwesterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, the sun returns, but so does the chills. 62 degrees, our high with that northwesterly wind returning. And our 7-day outlook showing those chilly conditions returning for Thursday and Friday. Our high temperature is going to be hovering in the 50s, and our low temperatures could be even in the 30s. So the chance for a frost, but definitely a 100% chance of sweater weather.
Excited for a crisp, cool fall day, finally.
Yeah, we're finally starting to get that football weather. Now, let's send it over to Noah, who's going to tell us what's coming up in sports.
Thank you, Jaden. Coming up next in sports, Penn State hockey is back home from Arizona, getting ready for opening night at Pagola Ice Arena. And the Nittany Lions look for answers after a shocking upset loss in football to UCLA.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And if you're like me, your pets mean the world to you. And if disaster strikes, saving them is a priority. Learn how to keep your best friends safe at AmericanHumane.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Yeah.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
I'm Noah Flenner with sports. It's homecoming week at Penn State. One of the highlights is Saturday's stripe-out football game against Northwestern. The Nittany Lions are coming off a heartbreaking loss at UCLA over the weekend. Here's how that looked.
Penn State made the cross-country trip to face winless UCLA in the Rose Bowl. But the Bruins struck first, an 11-yard touchdown throw to take the lead. They followed that by a surprising Penn State with an onside kick, which led to a 10-point lead. Katron Allen marched in for a 13-yard rushing touchdown, pulling the Lions into a one-score game. Nico Iamaleava then pushed the ball down the field and scored twice, increasing the lead to 20. The Bruins led 27-7 at the half. Penn State did battle back. Drew Allard threw a touchdown to Khalil Dinkins on a busted coverage, making it a two-score game. Denied Dennis Sutton later blocked the punt, and Liam Clifford scooped the ball and ran it in. But UCLA simply would not go away as they extended the lead 34-21. Katron rushed for a 2-yard touchdown, and again the Lions pulled close. But the Bruins said not so fast as the QB scrambled for his third rushing touchdown of the day. Allard hit a fade route to Kyron Hudson for a touchdown, but the comeback fell short 42-37. UCLA celebrated a huge upset and hoisted first-time play caller Jerry Neuheisel in the air as they won their first game. Penn State walked off the field stunned as the confetti fell in the Rose Bowl.
Kickoff for Saturday's homecoming game against Northwestern is 3:30 p.m. You can listen live on Penn State's Comm Radio with our broadcast team at Beaver Stadium. Now to some high school football. The Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders entered the weekend on a 4-game win streak, but they would have to test their strength against Bellwood Antis. Reporter Messiah Mitchell has the story.
Bishop Guilfoyle got the win, but Bellwood Antis gave fans a chill on this October night.
It was tough. We knew Bell was going to bring it. Alex McCarty's a baller. They got a great offensive line, and we knew we had to bring it to them.
I give all my credit to my O-line, and man, it feels great to be 6-1, and we're just getting started.
Tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. When the game got close and Bishop Guilfoyle needed a momentum shifter, they called upon who they trust most, quarterback Jake Kissel.
I made that mistake early in the second half, and I wanted the ball. I wanted to close it out for my guys, and they stepped up for me. They held the O-line, or they held up front, and I was able to run hard, run tough, and score the touchdown.
He's been doing it all year. He's been getting, I don't even know how many carries a game, 15, 20, I couldn't even tell you. But he gets a lot of carries, and he's used to it, and he's a stud.
Bishop Guilfoyle was down their starting quarterback, Justin Wheeler, this week due to a shoulder injury, along with Torian Consiglio, who is out for the season.
My son, who's dealing with a little bit of injury, is usually our starting quarterback. So he played a little bit and got in, so hopefully he's back. But yeah, our days are fun. My other nephew played for us as well, so it's a family affair.
A tough and gritty win for the defending 1A champs, and possibly another trophy for the collection.
You can see highlights and post-game reaction from their top local high school games this Friday on our sports show, After the Whistle. That's live at 11:30 p.m. on our YouTube channel, Penn State Student Media. The home opener for Penn State men's hockey is Thursday night against Clarkson. The Nittany Lions swept 14th-ranked Arizona State over the weekend in Tempe. Penn State star Gavin McKenna had himself a weekend. He had 2 assists in Game 1 and his first career goal as a Nittany Lion in Game 2. And hockey is coming to Beaver Stadium. Will it be a winter whiteout? Penn State has announced ticket information for their outdoor game against Michigan State on January 31st. Prices start at just $28, with tickets available to the general public beginning October 15th. That's all for sports. Now back to you, Ava and Jaden. You know, with the 2 upsetting losses back-to-back, do you think we can rebound?
Well, I'm just hoping that somebody can get a win in Beaver Stadium.
Yeah, it will be exciting to watch the hockey team play there, and hopefully they can secure a good win there.
Yeah. If not football, then hockey, right?
We gotta snap that losing streak, man.
Thanks, Noah. Coming up next, a Penn State freshman had the kick of a lifetime, one that will change his life.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
There's been another deadly shooting at a local elementary school. According to authorities, the suspect acquired the gun from a family member's home before using it to take the lives of innocent children and teachers.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/olderadults.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
ESPN's College Game Day was in State College for only a couple of days for the whiteout, but the show left 2 Penn State students with a bundle of cash. Carson Albright was subbed in for Pat McAfee's popular 33-yard field goal attempt, and his kick was a no-doubter. The $300,000 prize was split between Albright and Will Shang Simpson, the selected student. But for Carson, the kick meant more than just the money.
Grew up being a Penn State fan, just loving football, just everything. Had a couple Christmas cards that were taking pictures right behind me at Old Main. So it was a crazy experience to do it in the place that felt like home.
What a kick. That's all for today's newscast. We'll hope you'll join us Friday for our next local news update.
Have a good afternoon.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
In Iraq, our truck hit a roadside bomb. I had about 16 surgeries on my hand so that I could regain function. And when I came home, I needed a new roof due to a storm. And I was about to lose homeowners insurance as well. I applied for Operation Homefront Critical Financial Assistance Program. And it's good to know that when we come home, there are people who are there that care about us. Operation Homefront, they've really been a blessing.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
The new Walk MS experience was so uplifting. All of us are coming together, not only for that walk day, but for every day.
I love the energy at Walk MS. It is community, it is family. I can ride that high for the rest of the year.
A cure is on the line for me.
A cure is on the line for all of us.